Hi everyone, it's Missy. So this is my tomato garden after 3 months of growth. As you can see, it's kind of outgrown its surrounding MG12 unit here, but I haven't been trimming it back for about a month, so this is what happens. And actually, the plants are pretty much done producing. I do have some blossoms coming, but if I cut this back so that way it'd fit into the unit, it wouldn't have any blossoms and it would take a while for it to start producing tomatoes again. And then also I have kind of like this white fungus that had started growing on the sponges this past week. And yeah, I just think that it's time to switch out to something different. It was a great experiment. I got plenty of red tomatoes. I actually have many more on the counter that I haven't eaten yet. But what I'm going to do is pick all the rest of the tomatoes, even the green ones, let them ripen on my kitchen countertop, and we'll start removing the plants. As I was picking some tomatoes, I found a split one in the very back that was hiding on me. I only had one more split one that I've picked on the entire time I had the garden unit, but when you have it shoved up in the corner like that, it's hard to reach in the back here. And this was the vine that was growing up towards the window. But all I'm doing is I'm taking and cutting these sections off, and then I'm putting them in this this trash can, really. But I'm going to be composting them out in the garden. So I just have my shears, and I'm just going along, and I'm doing this one-handed right now. But I'm just going along and just snipping off very bits and pieces of the branches, so that way they I can get down into where the actual sponges are. So I was able to get all the plants removed, and now I'm just going and lifting up these covers. And now I never changed the water out of this unit the entire 3 months it was growing. I never received any instructions to change the water. And actually, this would drain, the tomatoes would suck up the water really, really quick. So by the time I added, there was hardly anything in there. So I just thought, well, that works. Now all I'm doing is I'm taking these black plates off, and you can just see the root system. That is just filled with roots. So what I'm going to do is take my scissors and cut the roots off this sponge, because there's no way I'm going to be able to untangle that mess. There we go. And then I'm just going to plop this in a bucket. And then just do that with each one. Okay, so I got all the pieces removed, and I'm actually going to remove the fountain as well. And now I'm just going to take and start removing all these roots. You can see where the roots of each pod was, but this is a lot of roots. And they're everywhere. They started growing into everything. So it's kind of like a sponge. It's really weird. Let's see if I can get most of the water out here. There we go. And then there's obviously some roots that grew into the filter. Now the filter does have this little grate sponge thing to protect it, but I think this needs to be replaced. I'm hoping it's the same one that the AeroGarden uses, or I can cut one to size. But I'm just going to, this unit's unplugged too, so I'm just going to work my finger in there trying to remove anything, and then put the sponge back, because we are actually going to use our pump to get this extra water out of the unit. But I'm going to clean up the stuff that I've already taken out, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how we remove the water and the final steps for cleaning up this unit. So with this unit, the MG12, they provided this tube, and this tube is used to get the water out of the unit. And all I'm doing is inserting it into where that little fountain piece was. And then I'm just putting the other portion into a bucket, and then all I have to do is turn the unit back on. And it's flashing because the water level is low, but I'm just going to let this pump the water out of the reservoir, and then I will work on getting the rest of the unit cleaned up. So the instructions that came with the MG12 unit said that after you drain the water, they basically want you to take a clean cloth and wipe the sides of the unit. It doesn't say anything about using bleach or vinegar to clean the unit, which is commonly found when we use AeroGardens. So I am going to take my vinegar water solution that I have mixed up. It's just 1 part water, 1 part vinegar. I'm actually going to spray down the sides just so that way I can clean it, and then I will rinse it with fresh water. Like I said, I don't know exactly why they're not telling us to do that, but I do think it's a critical step when you're starting fresh with a new garden. So I'm just going to spray and then take a clean cloth and just wipe that down, making sure that I'm getting into all the nooks and crannies where algae and so forth can be hiding. I didn't really have any algae growth in the water. It's been pretty good. I do say that I really do like this system, and it is easy to maintain and keep clean for the most part. And then with the attachments that usually go up on the top, I'm going to take and wash those and then let them dry, and then put everything back together, and I'll be set for my new garden. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Otherwise, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye!